What do you guys think about No Nicotine November? In the Netherlands we actually do stop tobacco. I think it started in the UK and probably has a website with information. The success rate is big and every year more people commit to this. Too bad my dad won't do it. It's everywhere, help is readily available, but dad says he'll just quit the day he dies. Unfortunately, he doesn't even realize how badly it affects my asthma. To the point where he caused me to have an asthma attack, without realizing it. He doesn't realize that smoking affects respiratory problems. How? I did this last year cold turkey after smoking for 20 years and happy to say this is my 1-year smoke-free anniversary. Glad to have done it and never going back. Good for you. Cold turkey is no joke. That's how I quit, too. I haven't had a cigarette in 16 years. Mainly because the thought of quitting cold turkey again was terrifying. Proud of great job. I read an article which says you're more likely to quit permanently if you go cold turkey. If you can quit for a month, you are on the way to quitting forever. Nicotine is extremely addictive. I've quit for a month. At least 6 times now. It took me over 5 years to quit. It's been 3 fucking days and I am gonna hit the next person who says hi to me. Anamp, #X200B, it's going great. Smiley face. Anamp, #X200B, edit. Well, I was expecting this to be downvoted. I was wrong. Thank you for the gold. I'm 7 months without nicotine. Cut a pack a day for about 10 years to cold turkey. That tension will die down. You'll miss smoking because you know you enjoy it. I don't care so much for my health, but hated relying on something. Things become worth it when you see someone needing to have that smoke break and knowing that you no longer need to take that break. It helped me to make a point of the end of a pack. Drive right past that gas station you stop by all the time. Keep track for a month or 2 until you don't really feel the need to know specific days and hours. Remember that specific cravings end. My final advice is shitload of carrot. You will want to habitually bring something to your mouth and spend time doing so. And carrots work well. Also in Australia, a pack of smokes is $30 to $40. I was never a heavy smoker, but 2 to 3 packs per month is nearly $100. I have no idea how welfare bogans afford to suck em down with so much enthusiasm this year. No shave, no nicotine, no nut. What can I do at the Thanksgiving dinner table? You guys are killing me. Alliteratively killing me. At first glance your username read meth_monkey. It's right. Doing crack RN. I'll stick to cocaine. Too expensive IMO. Brilliant idea. Although if you can make it 1 month, why stop there? Because 1 month ends. I quit almost 1 year ago. It gets easier over time, but I still have craving almost every single day. You should read Alan Carr's book on stopping smoking. Even though you don't smoke anymore, the psychological side of the addiction can stay with you forever if you always feel like you're missing something that smoking gave you. I smoked 20 a day and after reading that book I knew I would never want or need a cig ever again. It's been 6 years now and never in that time have I wanted a cigarette. Well, I've been doing no nicotine, 19, and it's looking good for November so far. I broke my record since 1986 simply because I occasionally smoked shisha with friends. So technically I've only been nicotine-free for less than 10 years now. This is already a thing in the UK called Stop Tobacco. It's also a thing in the Netherlands. And it's successful. I'm proud of everyone who's working on their health. Everyone is gonna be cranky as fuck all month. Good news is, I'd have alienated all the people I have to buy Christmas presents for. Not bad, but what about do drugs December? Sounds like a great way for smokers to try to stop smoking TBH. My grandfather said he did it so he could prove he wasn't addicted. Still went back after the month ended though. I used to do it every January but I felt like he probably cheated on his month too. What makes you think he cheated on his month? Quitting smoking was one of my best decisions. I was a 2-pack-a-day smoker on weekdays and 3 on the weekends for about 6 years. What you have to realize is that it is not as physically addicting as it's made out to be. That's marketing making you believe you are a bitch when you are not. It is mostly a strongly formed habit with some physical and psychological addictions. Want proof? How often do you wake up in the middle of a deep sleep to have a cigarette? Sure, I've woken up and had cigarettes in my life, but it wasn't habitual for me to rip out of sleep to get smokes. Heroin addicts have this issue. You aren't as physically addicted as you think. People lose their shit if they haven't smoked for a couple hours but can sleep for 8. It's more mental than physical. Regarding habits, I was a 2-pack-a-day smoker, and GT. 40 cigarettes at 3 to 5 minutes per smoke equals 2 hours to 3 hours and 20 minutes per day. Outside of sleeping, there was no single thing I did more than smoking. It was a hard habit to break. Also, I know I'm not free from it. I won't fuck around with any nicotine. No shisha bars, none of that shit. There are hooks in those old habits and they are dying to grab onto some tobacco. Fuck that. You can do what you need to help yourself break those strong habits and kick those pussy addictions ass. Be strong and stay strong. I knew I was free of cigarettes when I heard the verbiage change in myself. When someone asked me, "Do you want a cigarette?" I was responding with "No, I don't. Thanks," instead of "No, I can't right now, because I'm quitting." When someone says, "Oh, come on, you can have one," I was able to say, "Of course I know I can have one. That's super easy to do. I'm choosing not to have one. I don't want, thanks. Good luck, quitters. Don't let nicotine make you its bitch. Save that money. Redirect your frustrations to new habits." Cravings come for the first year or so, because that habit is still there in spirit. You just have to outlast that craving. It will subside and eventually disappear completely. I have been free of nicotine for over 10 years now and I don't ever think about it. Another pro tip: instead of feeling like you do something others do, when you see people smoking, what you have to tell yourself is, look at what those people have to do just so they can feel normal or comfortable. I can feel just as good as other people and it cost me less, both in money and physical damage to self. In a fucked up way, when I see people smoking or drinking, I feel a little bad for them that they have to do that to feel normal. Imagine if world apocalypse hit us. On top of coping with that terrible situation, these people will also be clamoring for some smoke. Also, the same attitude works with alcohol. Good luck. It's a great concept that could possibly extend lives. It will. As a 19-year-old non-smoker, non-drug user, this sounds actually possible, unlike No Nicotine November. Why not no nicotine forever? BC Forever doesn't start with a and no nicotine indefinite. Anything's better than No Nicotine November. As someone said on Twitter, November is an awfully difficult month. You can't nut, you can't shave, and you gotta write a 50k word novel. This makes the challenge even trickier. Sweet, that means I 1 years ago, thankfully been nicotine free for 3 years. Quitting is possible. Just came to say an uncle of mine used to smoke 60 cigarettes a day. If he can quit, anybody can. Whoa, more power to high monsieur. These are the kind of people that give me motivation. I was pack 2-pack-a-day smoker for 10+ years. And have quit few months ago. And I use this a lot. If they can, anybody can. If anybody can, so can I. Withdraw. We've just had Stop Tubber here in the NI, but I'm all for people quitting smoking, so why not? Fuck, I didn't know that was a thing. I'm smoking a cigarette RN. I thought of it when smoking. I thought of this too. Not a bad idea, honestly. I already failed it. Do what you. Much more logical than No Nicotine November. That's what we have. October. Stopped. I prefer no prohibitions. November. Why deny yourself the pleasures of life? Hey, I got an answer to that. My father has recently had his larynx removed because of cancer due to smoking. At 50, he effectively has muted himself, cannot